All right, we're in episode 3, and pretty much we're right where episode 2 left off. Issa and Lawrence, they're kind of in the bed, and they're kind of just
going through the motions. They don't know what to do, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're both in the bed, but they're not
together.
But they're not.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. So we go from there to Issa at we got y'all, and like you were saying, like things are kind of off at work or whatever. I mean, overall, I think Issa's not completely happy. If we're just being honest, even and I can't remember if the conversation took place at this point with her manager or whatever, but the manager tells her, like, something's off, what I'm saying, you don't seem the same or whatever,
right?
And so and it's probably because, like I said, she's not really happy. And her coworkers don't help.
No.
So they're
the kids, the co-workers, everybody just messed up in this
right
episode.
So she ends up telling Lawrence about them having that's what it was, because at this point they're gonna take the kids to the beach, right? And some of her employees, co-workers rather, they had an issue, so instead of bringing it to her, they bring it to the other co-worker.
Yeah, which is cool with Issa, so of course it got back to Issa.
Right, so Issa's mad. She's like, they having
secret meetings.
They having secret meetings, sending secret emails or whatever.
Yeah.
So she's hot. Because at the end of the day, if they had an issue, they could have brought it to her.
Yeah.
So she's mad.
They think they can't approach her because she's black, I guess. So.
Right.
That's it.
Right. So that's the issue there. So also in this episode we meet the rest of Issa's friends. We meet Tiffany and Kelly.
Yes.
And we meet her husband as well, Derek.
Tiffany's husband.
Not
Kelly.
Not Kelly. Yeah. So my first impression of them is, and this takes me back again to I guess how I felt like, and I like Tiffany more so now in season 4 or whatever, but like in season 1 I didn't like her. She's still bougie now, but she was super bougie then.
Yeah.
And she came off like she's snooty patootie, uppity. Yes. Like I didn't like her, but I've always liked Kelly. Kelly's always a breath of fresh air. She always has something funny to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I said, that's the first time we meet them. Let's see. Also, then we go to Molly. At her job, she has a new intern.
Oh my gosh, she's so hood. She's so hood.
She
don't know when to cut off and cut on her.
Yeah. Was it who was it? Who do you probably don't remember? I might have to look that up. Some that talks about black people having the code switch.
Yeah, code switching. Yeah.
It's somebody that wrote about it. I can't remember off the top of my head. Now, if y'all remember it here, y'all comment below.
Yeah.
But that's something that Molly is a pro at. She's able to code switch. She knows when she's at work. This is at work, Molly, and then when I leave, then I'm this Molly.
Yes.
And so this intern, she
don't know how to do that.
She don't know.
And she trying to help her and tell her, but she don't want to listen. She's like, "Girl, I got here without you.
She was like, I didn't tone it down in my interview, and I didn't tone it down when I got here. So thank you, but no thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that comes back and
bites her later on.
Right. So then Lawrence also, we see that Lawrence kind of has he has a friend. I can't think of her name, so I'm just gonna call her Bank Bay.
Yeah.
And
she's like the what I call her.
Yeah, what'd you say earlier? You said
she's the positive Patty, basically.
Right.
Is what she is. She's you got this. You're gonna get a job. Everything's gonna be lovely, rose petals and butterflies, and
I mean,
a breath of fresh air for him.
She is breath. Right, because he's not getting that at home. You know what I'm saying? But
he's sitting on the couch. But then I guess this lady inspires him to start like cleaning up and trying to do a little something around the house.
Well, I think they have the same conversations, but I guess when you've been having the same conversation, it's probably different. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying, she lift him up. She's positive. She has a bubbly attitude as it is, which is a big difference between her and Issa. Yeah. Like, Issa's more
laid back,
more kind of laid, like for the most part, laid back, chill, awkward. This girl, she's bubbly. She's kind of assertive. She's kind of loud.
Yeah.
And again, when she's talking to Lawrence, she's lifting him up. She, when he's looking down, he's talking about interviews and talking about looking for jobs. Talk about whatever. She always has a positive outlook, and I think Lawrence enjoys being around that.
Yeah, he does.
Right. So speaking of Lawrence and Issa, you can when they get back home, it's still kind of awkward, still kind of it's not what it needs to be, and then that's the thing. Lawrence does try. He does try. He makes her some food. He cooks for her. Makes a good meal. Puts it all together, and
she takes it to the couch.
Well, because he was like, I thought we eat at the table. Issa's like, she's like, F
but
all
she's
that.
an avoider. She's still avoiding the topic,
right? Because he's like,
kissing Daniel or whatever,
right? Because I think he's like, we can sit at the table and talk. She's like, I had a long day at work. I ain't trying to hear all that, whatever.
Yeah.
So then she's eating, then she messes up, spills some on the couch.
They just cleaned.
And he's like, dang, Issa, what you not eating? Getting food everywhere. And at first, her attitude is like, what? Why? Why you tripping or whatever? Yeah. So then he's trying to blot it, get it out the couch. And then she has a flashback, and she's just going back all the memories that they had,
like on that couch when they first
got the couch. You know what I'm saying? Them taking the plastic out the couch. Yeah. Them getting it in. No, I can't do the body roll. No, I can't do that. Yeah. Or them getting it in on the couch. Just all the different things that they've done on the couch. You know what I'm saying? So then that kind of forces her to refocus, and she apologizes, and it kind of
brings them kind of back together.
Yeah, but it's still
awkward a little.
Yeah, but the thing that I think it shows is at the beginning when they first got the couch, you could see how close they were. You know what I'm saying, and then how over time, they
divide.
Right. So yeah. So I think
Molly. Okay. You want to go on into Molly and Enterprise Bay?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that was dope how they did that. But
that was nice.
But speaking of Molly, long story short, she kicks him to the curb because she got in the.
And you wanted to talk about how they met at the first seat, the first.
Well, no, I was just gonna say I was just gonna say that she's seen him. She's seen him walking, and he's seen her walking or whatever, and then they chopped it up, and then that's how
they got together.
That's what it was. So I was gonna.
But he don't work. I mean, he works at Enterprise, but he hadn't been the
He didn't graduate from college or anything, and that's what it was. Yeah. I was gonna point out how it shows more so that Tiffany and them are bougie because when she ends up, because she catches up before she ends up deciding to drop him, she ended up inviting him out, and they're kicking it with her friends or whatever. So they're trying to get to know him, and they're like, okay, so so what school did you graduate from? And he was like, I didn't graduate from college. Yeah. And you could tell it's like a.
Okay.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well,
and it doesn't make it any better. Molly's a successful lawyer, so she had went to college, so they feel like he's a downgrade, I guess.
Right. And you can so again that points to me like how they're bougie and whatever. Yeah. And that is why Molly is trying to get in the league, and when she pretty much decides to kick him to the curb, it's like. Yeah. And she comes at him like, we just want to be friends. He's like, well,
that's not the vibe I got.
Right, that's not right. But she's like, whatever, deuces, we'll holler at you.
Right.
So, yeah.